Welcome to Platinum 2.0. Today we're going to go over just a quick brief introduction of how 2.0 is going to work in your office. Once you log on through the internet, it is a completely web-based program, and you log on to the internet, and then from there you can actually use your sign-in and password. We submit that, and every time that the system opens, it's going to open up to what we call the home page. The home page is going to show you what's happening in your clinic today as far as appointments, walk-ins, confirmations, missed appointments, collections, and insurance collections. On the right-hand side is actually going to be internal announcements for the practice, so you can see exactly what's going on up there. At the top, we have some alerts going on as well. We have our notifications and actions, and we also have any kind of alerts and also tasks up there as well that need to be completed today. So you can see those right on the top of the screen. From there, we have our search box as well, where we can search for different patients. Now, when we search for patients, you can do by name, email, phone. So if I just type in the first couple of letters, it's automatically going to search all through that information. So you don't have to determine what you want to look for. So once I do that, I go ahead and pull up my patient here. And that's going to bring us to their information screen, so we can actually see all their information. And I can go deeper into their information by clicking on their name. And now we're into their main profile that's going to have all their patient metrics. We're going to have all their patient information. We have their communication preferences. We have their address. Their address actually ties into a national database, so it'll actually pull up the Google database for all the addresses. We actually have their employer information. We have emergency contacts, custom fields that you can actually determine yourself, and the last activity-based new treatment plans, financial agreements, or other types of changes to insurance policies in their program. On the right-hand side, we actually have different settings, so you can see if they're active, archived, or deceased. Do we want to allow them to have online booking, online payment, and we're adding some other things as well. And then what office is their main office, who is their main provider, where were they referred from for an outside source, and also a referral source too, so we can track two different ones. So if they came from the web and they also know a patient, we can track that separately. We have hobby in there. We can add some more things as well. And also it's real easy to add groups, so we group them together, so then we have all their different group members as well, and we can click directly on that patient's file. And the journey node is what used to be called the Z list, but now it's called the patient journey, to where we can see everybody that's checked in. Once I have that person there, let's go on over to the appointment book here on the left-hand side. Your appointment book can be done in several different ways. We have a week view here that's going to kind of show you everything. If I click on, I've got 6 people right here, I can click on that and it'll show me all 6 that are actually scheduled there. If I go to a daily view, it's going to show me all the patients that are right there on the system as well. And I can actually have multiple clinics that I can go to, and if I want to choose multiple providers to see on the screen, I can add different people for multiple providers also. Now, once we have on a patient's file right there, if I have a search and I have the patients pulled up here, I can actually click on a patient's name. That'll bring them up on the right-hand side, and then if we want to book an appointment, we just point and click on the time they're coming in. I have regular visits and I have drop-downs, so no more of the actual appointment codes. We actually say exactly what they're going to be. Now, this is set up for regular visits, but if I actually want to do like a new patient right here, and I can confirm that. If we weren't on the patient's file, I can search for another patient right in there too. So if I can go backwards and go to the deal, and when I confirm this appointment, it's going to say, you know what, this portion is available for regular appointments, but you're doing a new patient. Are you sure you want to book that? If I go ahead and confirm that, it'll go ahead and book the new patient appointment there, and I have the new patient appointment here on the right-hand side. Now, when the patient comes in the office, they can still swipe a card. We still have our calling module that will call the patients to the office. They can put in a PIN code, or you can just manually check in the patient as well. If they do miss, I can go to their file. I can actually track the canceled appointments here, and it'll tell me why they missed. If I want to reschedule an appointment, we can do that as well. It's going to track that we rescheduled it. I can edit the appointment. I can look at the patient file. Select the patient up on the right-hand side, and I can also either call, text, or email from here as well. Now, the right-hand side is going to change a little bit before we come out with our new system, but it's going to have some different things. We have alerts and notifications here. We'll probably go ahead and see the billing history here, the financial metrics, and possibly the insurance from here as well. So we'll probably change that a little bit before it actually comes out. Once a patient's checked in, like I said, they go on to our patient journey. We're actually working on that right now, so you don't see that up there, but it'll actually show you columns of where people are, and you can actually click and drag those around to show where they are in the office. Let's go up to the doctors, the EMR. And once I go over to the doctors area, you're going to see that we have the SOAP note broken into an SOAP format, or we can do a single note format as well, to where everything is just underneath one button here. Now, we can still have our regular treatment in there, or if I want to go back and pull up a previous day's SOAP note, I can actually pull in different day SOAP notes, and if we want to copy those over, all I have to do is hit the button in the middle, and that will copy that into the new note over here. I can delete that out of there just by highlighting delete. If I want to use my touchpad, we have multiple touchpads now, so we can have different touchpads for different, if you have a medical doctor or a massage therapist or a PT, they can have their own note-taking system as well. So basically when we come in here, just like your actual touchpad did before, we can pull up and hit subjective information, patient said, we can add any kind of symptoms, we can do our objective findings, maybe subluxations at certain levels, so all that information can still be put in. And again, if we do this as a SOAP note, as the SOAP, now the information can go in the SOAP, and if I do the A, if I've got it set up that way, it'll actually put it underneath the A column there. We can select each button to go underneath each column. The touchpads can also be edited very easily. I click Edit. I have all of my buttons here. Once I click on a button to program it, I can actually say, where this button goes in the S, the O, the A, the P field. I can have the color of the buttons. I can put a CPT code associated with that button. So every time you hit that button, it charges a certain CPT code. I also have different options here where I can go in and create different types of information in the system as far as different variants of the same note. So if I click on that one button, you might have it written 4 different ways in the variants, and each time it'll change that variant in there. Again, it looks like they're working on some information here. And let's get out of there. We also have our automatic billing, so when you check the patient out, you can either just click Save. That's just going to save the note. Check out will actually bill the note, and Sign and Check Out will bill the note and check them out. Now, if you just click Check Out, you're going to get a list at the end of the day of who has actually been in the office, gone through the note system, but you want to come back and maybe finish up some notes later. It'll give you those lists that you want to fix those people. I can also see the diagnosis codes. We have pain assessments in there as well. And if you want to go look through previous notes, we can see that information also. Down below here, we have any kind of x-rays or images that we put in. Again, those can be blown up. We can draw on them. We can also do comparisons by selecting the 2 images we want, and they'll come up side by side. Down below that, we have our phases of care. So if we've put in the patient's file that they're in a phase 2 of care, they're at a 4 out of 12 visits. They have 3 times a week right now, and they're week 4. So it'll show me which weeks they come up here and how they've come in each week, so we can track that also. We also have their appointments listed, that we can see all their future appointments and past appointments now, so you can see what has been canceled, what has been rescheduled. We also can go to their insurance information, so you can see that information. We can see their treatment history, so you see everything. And if we want to print out these on a report, you can select a date, select the treatment plan, select the provider if you want to. So if you just want to do the PT notes, or you just want to have the massage notes, you can separate those. And then we can go in and even print out x-rays or other images and all the information you see here. Once that is generated, it'll actually allow us to go through and see the kind of notes that they put in there. And it actually goes right to a PDF format, so we have the information on there. And there is our report, so you'll be able to see all the information. So back onto the patient file, we also have the documents and images right next. This is a click and drag area, so you can drag them in there, so much easier to bring images in. And then we also have the exam forms. Now, our exam forms you can actually select by category, you can actually select by region, or you can select by position. And here, all you're going to do is select the ones that you're actually doing. And if it has pain, any kind of notes, we can have all this information. And as you see It's actually showing up here on the left-hand side, so you can see your actual numbers and what's happening there. And then once that is done, you can actually come back and pull it up from the last time and just change the ones you needed, and it'll actually go into the notes as well. And the last thing is their care plan, so you can see exactly where they are as far as their plan amount, amount to be billed, remaining, amount collected. You can see all the information for the doctor. We have professional tags or certain tags for patients that we can do, and these are customizable if you want to tag a patient. We can see their next appointment, see all their dates, last exam, next x-ray, last x-ray, care plans, how many they've missed, canceled, and rescheduled, and the current treatment plan that they're on as well. And then if we want to go to another family member, I can hit the drop-down box, and there we have the other family members that we go to. At the top, we have any kind of task, kind of like the pink box that Platinum used to have in the Platinum 1.0, any kind of notes that we have. We also have any kind of chief complaints, and then we can also add custom fields as well, which will show up on the right-hand side here. If I go back into the patient's information, if I go to a patient's file, let's say we go to a specific patient here, and we're going to go actually into their file. We're going to see their profile, their financial plan that we have set up, and we can add an individual, a family plan, and a membership plan. Once those are set up, we do have a care plan calculator, and we can integrate it directly into our credit card processing. We can see their transaction ledger, which we can add payments and add charges directly into. Their appointment ledger, which is going to show me all previous and past and future appointments, any insurance policies they may have, treatment plans that are set up, their tasks and notes that we have set up for that patient, any stops and alerts for that patient, any kind of documents or images, and we also have what's called a patient portal. And the patient portal is going to allow the patient to actually log on, do online scheduling, get notifications, fill out paperwork online, and actually pay their bill at some point as well. So we're going to have a dynamic patient portal that will actually allow you to do that. These screens are still being worked on. We're still moving some things around, so it'll change a little bit before you see that. As you notice, I can collapse this stuff, so if I want to see something bigger, if I'm on the appointment book, I can actually go in, collapse both sides of it if I want to there as well, and have an expanded schedule book with just the patient's name over here, so we can just work in that. So we're giving you customization, fast, efficient system. This is programmed in our own proprietary language nobody else has in the industry, which allows for a fast, efficient internet. You can actually run it on a 5G network. So if your internet goes down, your power goes down, you can jump on your iPad or phone, you can keep working right away. So that is Platinum 2.0. Again, working on some things, and hopefully have out by the last quarter of this year. Thank you.